All right, we still talking Harlem, season 3, episodes 1 and 2, but we're also talking about the love lives of the characters. So far, we have discussed Camille, Quinn, and Ty. Now let's get into yo girl, Angie. I believe she's a fan favorite because she's definitely one of my faves. But let's get on into it. Again, we're talking about Harlem. You can find it on Prime Video. I'm Asha Sarish, your favorite certified life coach. As I said before, Angie is a free spirited, sexually liberated, aspiring, I'm not going to use struggling, aspiring entertainer. She's a singer, she's an actress. She be getting her gigs on Broadway, and she has a larger than life personality. She is one of those friends that's going to say what she wants to say, what comes up comes out. But she has a sweetheart. She's so loving, and she's always there for her friends as much as she can be. She prioritizes her friendships, but her dream is to make it big on Broadway, and she's putting in work. She's always at auditions and taking roles. Sometimes they don't always align with her. Similar to the role of Get Out the musical, she experienced some microaggressions. Y'all know I know all about that. If you don't know the controversy that I went through earlier this month with telling somebody no at the grocery store that went viral, she experienced some microaggressions on set of the Get Out musical where her co-star was saying some racially insensitive things, but when she called it out, she was met with tears. And instead of that person being held accountable for the insensitivities that she was throwing out there and having, Miss Angie was forced to apologize in order to keep her job. Like I said, they be touching on real life issues, y'all. Get into the show. But let's talk more about her love life. One thing about Angie, she gonna get her some. So she was going through a little bit of a drought, and it was like winter time, and so she was on her big ninja season. Get you somebody that's thick and cuddleable for the winter season. And so one of the guys that is her co-star on the Get Out musical, she thought he was a gay man, and they went hunting for their thick ninja together. Literally all of them all approaching guys trying to see which way they go. And they waited too late into the winter season, and everybody was booed up. Here he is, they're on the set of Get Out the musical, and as they were spending time with each other, he was throwing out little innuendos and compliments, like telling her she had a nice set of twins and things like that, and she's just thinking that it's him showing love. Come to find out, he was bisexual, and he was really flirting. So he basically approached her like, we too late for the big ninjas, so let's just ride this winter out together. And she obliged. So they started having a sexual relationship. I think they actually claimed each other. I don't know if it was boyfriend and girlfriend, or if it was just like what's understood doesn't have to be explained. But this lasted up until Angie ended up sending, what is his name? Jordan Peele, something. She sent him something about the conditions of the musical or something like that, and he found out that they were doing this Get Out musical without permission, and he sent a cease and desist. So they all lost their jobs, and he was salty about it. So he like, I'm not dealing with you on that level anymore. But he did accept her apology and continued the friendship. This was another little situation she had. She was in an Uber using Quinn's account, I might add. And this guy was a poet, so he was just speaking them words, speaking life over her and giving her affirmations, and she felt seen, and she really liked that. And she ended up getting out of the Uber and forgetting to get his information. So this girl sat up there and requested Ubers until she was able to find him again, causing Quinn's account to get shut down. But she ended up finding him. They linked up, they were making out and all hot and heavy in the front seat of his car, and she's like, let's take this upstairs to your house so we can really get down. Come to find out, they were in his house. He was living out of his truck, and she was like, this ain't gonna work. He was like, shoot, you know all about being a struggling artist. Like, this lifestyle is not easy. But she wasn't going. There was another situation where the ladies were all together and they were heading to the nail salon, I believe. And this guy that was on the corner, I don't know if he was homeless or he was just a vendor outside. He told her, for $5, I'll tell you your future. And she's like, for $0, I can let you know that my $5 are not in your future. And he basically just told her that she was going to meet the most handsome man in the world or something. And once she got with him, her life was going to change and she was going to have all this good luck. So, of course, when they went to the nail salon, a nice looking man came to do her pedicure and she's like, oh, this the one. So before they could even finish texting back and forth in the group chat, she had already left and went home with this dude. This was him. And it's not giving finest man in the world, but he's nice looking. So she ended up taking him home, and as she left out of the room from being with him, his roommate, who was fine, was working out, doing some pull-ups without his shirt on. She pretended that she had a twin so she can get his information and hook him up with her twin, and then she showed up and got with him. She admitted to him that she wasn't her own twin, or that she was the twin. And they did something, and then she said she also slept with his cousin or something. She's like, I'm just trying to make sure this worked out for me, because she kept doing scratch offs and she kept winning more and more free tickets. So she felt like the way he spoke to her and said that she would have good luck, she felt like it was working. So anyway, that was a thing. And Angie comes from a large family. Her mother is played by Sherry Shepherd, and she has all brothers. So she really loves her family and she's close with them, but I don't think she always has time to go back and see them. But when she does, it's all love. She has a lot of nieces and nephews, and you know, she really got some pep talks from her mom and her brother when she was back home. But let's fast forward to when she was at an event. I don't remember what the occasion was, but it had something to do with Quinn's mother or family. She even had this situation. This guy here had Munyon. He had the funds. He had a beautiful house. And she was like, this is my ticket out the hood, but not really out the hood, but off of the couch. She was going to just go with it so she can take advantage of what he had going on. I mean, house was beautiful. Everything was seemingly all right. He was talking a lot about what he could do in the bedroom, how he could put it down. But when it came time for the action, he came up short. And she wasn't going to be able to do it. She couldn't even fake the funk. She then went to an event. I can't remember what the event was, but it had something to do with Quinn or Quinn's parents or something. And she met Michael. Remember, Michael is the man who Quinn's mother tried to introduce to her, and she wasn't interested. But he is a nice man. He's successful. He has a corporate job. He's respectful. And, you know, she just wasn't interested. So Angie meets him at the party. They hit it off. He creates some type of distraction for her to steal a bottle of liquor. They end up running out. Whatever she stole wasn't liquor. It was like a mixer. And so they laughed about that. They spent the evening together and they hit it off. They start spending a lot of time together, going on dates, talking on the phone, FaceTiming. He's showing up on set. He wants her to be a part of his birthday celebration. He taught her how to ride a bike. He's supportive. He's loving. He's all of the things. So when they went to Puerto Rico, the girls' trip, she is not even looking or not studying, trying to get with another man. So the girls recognize that that's different. That's out of her character. Usually she would be on the prowl whether she have a dude or not. So they're like, oh, this must be the real thing. Then when Quinn finds out that it's Michael, that one that her mom tried to hook her up with, she's like, he's with you now? So Angie gets offended. So when they get back home, they're kind of like a little distant with each other, because Angie thinks that Quinn feels the way that she's with Michael now. But really what it was is that Quinn felt a way that her best friend is not as accessible anymore. So she ended up breaking it off with Michael to save her friendship. But once Quinn found out, she got them back together. So now at the end of season 2, he proposed. In season 3, they're now engaged, and the things are coming up like he's not really aligning with her personality, because he's this corporate guy, realtor or whatever he does. And she likes it big. He's like, small, intimate wedding. And now he's talking kids, and she's like, huh?